up? It's Toni. Welcome back to the Report the Pop podcast. So the person that I have today has actually started shooting with me before the pandemic. I was looking at the footage. I'm like, nah, we need to do something fresh. So let me tell you a little bit about her. She is a esthetician. Is that what you call it? Yes. Okay, so esthetician. My bad. It's the esthetician. She owns the SSL Skin Institute. Amazing. So she teaches other people how to do bomb work like she does. She has the Sugar Sweet Lounge where she keeps my face together. I ain't been in a while. I'm gonna tell the truth. But she's super duper dope. She gave me my first pill. And she has a skincare seminar coming up that I'll let her tell you about. But anyway, without further ado, here's my friend, Tiara Calhoun. Woo! Hey, girl.
Hi.
Thank you for coming back. Thank you for giving me another chance.
Anytime.
Thanks again. She gave me another chance, y'all.
It's you. I would not.
Thank you. So I'm super excited about this. Tiara has a way with skin, brown skin specifically. I know you do, everybody, right?
Right.
But sometimes it's hard to find somebody that understands melanated skin, right? And so she is a boss. Anytime I ever post in my stories, they be like, oh, you go to her for yours? Can you call her and see? I'm like, baby, I ain't got no pull. Like, if I'm
got pulled out.
Look, but if I'm gonna use my pull, it's gonna be for me. Yeah, so I'm like, so incredible, just a incredible skill set. And when you go, every time it smell good, it's pretty in there, lemongrass, and it just feel like a whole situation. So everything is top tier. Before the episode is over, we're gonna give all of her handles and stuff and do all the things so you can book with her if it's or book with one of her people because you might not be able to get into her. Ooh. Okay, but she taught them, whoever it is that's gonna be doing it. Okay?
Correct.
So so let's talk about this. So where are you originally from?
Originally West Monroe, Louisiana.
West Monroe. Okay, and then you moved here when you were how old?
Like 7.
7. So you've done your whole life in Texas. Essentially.
Yes.
Okay. How did you get to skin? Right? Because this is what I love. This is what made me want to come to you, is what you about to tell me. Yeah.
Like the truth?
Yeah, the truth. Yeah.
Okay. I was in the nursing field.
You weren't just in the nursing field.
Pediatric oncology. And I actually lost my license.
Got it.
It was suspended due to me putting my name on a building for someone. Because they didn't want to and didn't have the credit to do it.
Got it.
So I put my name on the business for that person, and they were actually running a whole brothel, drugs.
Wait a minute, hold on, wait. Time out. When she said the truth, I just learned. I was like, wait a minute, hold on, I don't know this. This is great. This is before the pop. Listen, I am so happy you giving me this truth. People need to hear this because you know what? If I tell you, I mean, and I don't know what your life looked like then, but when I tell you it look nice right now, like better than it did. Yeah. Like when you were so now that I'm
now that I know
that, so start all over. So you push your name on
I put my name on the building. Yes. And while I was at work, I was a school nurse at the time.
Okay.
They used to come over there. So this particular association actually filed a complaint against me, and it jeopardized my whole license. So
which is your whole livelihood?
My whole livelihood. So I couldn't practice. So it was taken away from me.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I had to do something.
So did they give you an option to try to get it back?
Correct. They did.
They did. Okay.
But during that time, I just was devastated. So it was more so like, let me figure out something to do. I didn't have to work at that time because I didn't have to. I was blessed in other areas, but I wanted to.
Got it.
So with that being said, I just started doing lashes. Yeah.
Baby.
It like illegal. It was just amazing seeing people coming in and going back, and then somebody paying $250, and then you're like, this like the dope game.
Like, cause them lashes.
Yes, it's like another person coming, another person coming. So I wanted to learn, so I did. I took a lash course, and then I enrolled into an esthetician program.
So how long did it take you to cause that is devastating. You've worked your whole life, your whole early life, trying to get your nursing license. Like, I'm gonna be a nurse. So how long did it take you after you lost your license to say, I mean, like, how long did it take you to figure out what you wanted to do? Like, dang.
A couple of months.
Okay, got it.
So that happened the summer of 2016.
Okay.
And I enrolled into aesthetics fall of 2016.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm so like, because I know we've talked about the before the pop and what it means and why I do it.
Right.
And people just don't tell the truth.
Correct.
They don't tell the truth, right?
Yeah.
So they sugarcoat it. Like I did that. They sugarcoat a situation. And so you have people that are going through something similar or worse or not as bad, and they feel like, I'm never gonna be able to get over this.
Right.
But it's something simple like telling your story. It's like, oh, she killing right now. She did this, and you know what I mean. So that's the whole point of this. So I'm so happy you shared that with me. Thank you so much.
Problem.
So you did your you went to esthetician school, got your license. When you left, when you were doing school and working on the license and getting ready to do all of that, did you already have in your mind, this is what I want to do? Or were you kind of like, I'm going to just go to...
I'm very much a go to bed, think about it, wake up and do it kind of person. So no, I did not. I just did lashes. That's all I knew. And then I started liking skin, and that was it. So it was kind of quick.
Really?
Yeah. Because, it was a 7-month program. So, yeah.
So you said, so you were doing lashes throughout esthetician school?
I was.
Okay.
Because it wasn't a license requirement at that time. It was just going through the process of being a requirement. So legally, I didn't do anything wrong.
Got it, because it wasn't a thing.
It was just now going through that process of becoming a license to do lashes too.
Got it.
So I was doing lashes during the duration of my aesthetics program.
Got it. So, but the weird, not the weird part, I'm always fascinated by people who do everything dope. Like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and then it turned into a thing. Like, so you was like the bomb lash chick, right? Like,
I thought you had a good clientele. I did.
You had a good clientele.
I had a good clientele.
Yeah. Okay. So tell me this, because you said at one point that you were going to start a kids spa, right? Or
Correct.
did I make that? Okay.
No, I did. I wanted to, because Sugar and Sweet is based off my girls.
Got it.
So both of them. And I did want to do a kids spa. So I used to do kid parties.
Got it.
When I first opened my first storefront, which was really cute.
Okay. So when did the transition happen from kids to, or what made you transition?
I never did the kids. It was more so.
Or what made you get off the idea like,
It was what was steady and what was coming. So unfortunately, people will do for themselves sometimes, not me, but some people before their children. So it was more so I had to get the main person locked in first, and then we can bring your kids in. So it was more so now you can come and your kids can come, not just a kid spa. And I did kid parties for a very long time.
Really? Where you just come and do their little skin?
Yeah, I set it up like they get petties, like little mini petties, and we do paint party, like little paint with a twist type vibe, and do little mini facials, and they had their cute little robes, and I have someone come in and cater, cake, desserts, same people, so you just start having your same connections and put them together.
See, that's what I'm saying, to be able to connect the dots and get to, because people have great ideas and they hit a snag. I'm guilty of that sometimes. Like, well, dang, first of all, I'm guilty of it sometimes, because I'd be like, why you can't just say you're going to start a kid carnival? Why you got to say you're going to want to open Six Flags next weekend? Like, so it gets overwhelming, right?
It's not overwhelming. You got dreams, and they can be done. Like,
but then when I look at like that, okay, so I need to raise $900 million. Like, just whatever. It's like, okay, relax. It's hard for me to start and little stuff. Yeah, and
think big. Think big.
Think big, and then I'm like, oh, this too much. It's like, man, just relax. So I always, I think it's great that you were able to say, well, I'm gonna do the lashes.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna do this, and then figure out a way to transition into where. What was the thing that made you open the school?
Because I'll go back. Everybody was doing lashes at the time. I feel like it got oversaturated, right? So I started doing skin, and I feel like we as a community are very cliche, or we're very much a community like, oh, now everybody doing it, I want to do it. So what happened with the school was everyone started coming to me asking me like what school I went to. And then I'll be like, oh, you don't want to go to my school. Because, I mean, it wasn't,
Right.
they're shut down now.
Right.
But I'll be like, oh, I got a school coming. I ain't even had no school.
I got one coming.
I didn't even have a school. I'm like, oh, I got a school. I'm opening up a school. So you can just go to my school. They be like, oh, for real? I'm like, yeah, for real. I didn't even have a school. So it was more so like everybody started asking. So I wanted to be the plug. I wanted to be the connect. I wanted to be,
yes,
because
you just sending that money. You like, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money outside the door. So I said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna charge less, but have a better product and have smaller classes and not oversaturated. And voila, here we are.
Voila,
almost 5 years later.
Was it a long process to get to be a school?
It was a little bit of a lengthy process because you have to go through like financials. You got to go through with the building and the square footage, and then people coming out, making sure you equipped. So I turned my spa into the school at that time.
It's like,
so you didn't even know it. No, you was coming there. Yeah, that was a school. Yeah, I know.
Like listen, and one of the things that because I get so excited about. Look, I'm not easy to excite, but I'm excited about the little things.
Yeah.
So the very first time I came to you, so I went on my Instagram story and was like, I need somebody to deal with my skin, right? And everybody gave me the same name. It might have been one, but I was like, and there's only one person that gave me this other name, so let me just go with this girl to keep coming up, right? And I saw you out, and I was like, I think that's that girl.
Yeah,
I saw you at a thing,
a brunch,
at a brunch,
women's brunch.
Yes. And I was like, I think that's her. And I was like, do I go over there and say something or do I not? I was like, because you was looking like, what's she about to ask me? Like,
I didn't know what was going on.
I get it. And I was
you
like,
don't understand. You know, I was married to an athlete at that time, so you don't know what's coming my way.
I got you, right? And so I was like, and then I was like, hey, so she was like, oh, like this girl, because I'm always like, I got an appointment with you. And she was like, oh, good. You know what I mean? Like, so it was, so you came highly recommended. But I'm always so impressed when I go into a person's workspace, like, like a melanated people specifically, just for a number of different reasons, lack of capital, all of those things that we sometimes, or I hate to say a victim of, but we just, some of the challenges we have to face. Right. And you go in there and it's like, okay, that's flying here. Like it was so nice. Everything was meticulous.
I didn't have no loan, so that was out of pocket.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it could be done. I mean, clearly, and then somebody will be looking at this going like, yeah, but her husband was in the NFL.
Oh,
like,
no.
But you don't know her story.
You don't know my story.
You don't know. Like, it's easy to assume.
It's easy to assume. No, I did that all by myself, honestly. My husband at the time thought that it was a hobby. So he was not a fan. It was like, you about to wash faces for a living? So it was like, okay. So I come from a single parent household.
Got it.
So I'm one of those people like, okay, well, fine. I'll just do it myself, which I did. So it was with my own money. Found me a building, which I did not do my research on it. Ended up spending a whole bunch of money, learned the hard way, and then kept going. But no, it was nothing but God.
See, and so
no handouts, no investments, no husband with no giving you this X and Y, Z. And it was more so I'm gonna prove my point.
Yeah. Got it. And you and people would assume.
Yeah, people will assume. You assume a lot.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Like it's like you don't know that. Like you don't know. You don't have no idea. You have no idea.
Yeah, that's a whole nother podcast.
We'll come back for that one. But it's like I think that's great that you did it because everything was immaculate.
I appreciate it.
And you had the wherewithal to start the school. Just all the things, the slow add-ons that you did. Okay, so let me see. When you started the Sugar Sweet, did it take off right away? Or was it kind of a slow?
No, it took off right away because there was, you had your friend circles, right? Mm-hmm. So I always feel like if somebody in the friend circle is doing something different, it's not hard for you to clap and go hard for your friend.
Gotcha.
Unintentionally.
Gotcha.
You say you go hard for your friends, you do. But when if we both in the hair industry, it's kind of hard to
You be like, hey girl.
At that time, my friend circle, everyone did something different. So we were all shouting each other out for different things. So it took off kind of fast. So I also had a nail tech in there. You couldn't find no Vietnamese person that worked for a black establishment. And I had a Vietnamese nail tech. It was my nail tech at the time. She left out in Frisco and came with me. So I had a nail tech, I had a massage therapist, and I had another young lady who was doing skin that went to school with me. So I had everybody doing something different. So it actually worked. And I charged them a low rate for the booth rental because I felt like, I believe in you guys, whatever.
Yeah.
Which I learned that the hard way. But yeah. So it took off pretty fast because of the parties. I was hosting ladies' nights every Thursdays, just trying to get myself out. And Instagram wasn't popping like that.
Right.
Facebook was popping. Right. So I was doing Facebook Lives and inviting everybody out. Then I was across the street from the radio station next door to Hibachi Place. And it was just like, by default, people coming over.
Yeah, because, that's dope.
So
that's really dope.
It was a blessing. It really did.
Because y'all think I'm exaggerating when I say, it used to kill me when I look at, she'll post something in her stories and be like, I'm opening up my books. Okay, just say it's January. I'm opening up my books. I have openings starting in October, like, October? That's how booked up. And then when you started adding the Sundays.
It was one Sunday a month.
Yeah.
But it was double.
And I was like, I'm going to pay that double.
Like, it was. Yeah, I was like, I figured, like, I can't, if I'm going to be on here on one Sunday,
right?
My mama going to have a fit already because it's a Sunday. I'm supposed to be in church, right?
Right.
So,
yeah, you got to make it worth it.
I got to be,
you got to make it worth it.
Come in here and do 5 people instead of 10, so I'm going to make it worth my while.
Yeah. And I believe in paying people everybody got to eat.
Everybody got to eat.
You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody eat on different levels. Yeah. That's what I was about to say. They doing crab legs and soup. You know what I'm saying? We got some new kind of kids, right?
Very much so.
Yes, but everybody got to eat. So it's like, if it's too expensive for you, maybe you just go to somebody else, but you provide a superior service, right?
I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. What has been, is there something besides the nursing incident, losing your license, like the biggest obstacle that you faced and had to overcome?
Not until recently.
Okay.
I want to say everything kind of felt like it was just falling in my lap.
Okay.
It was, my mama worked for me. I employed her. She still worked for me. She's my director of my school. I was starting to become known for the only black esthetician school in Dallas, and it was not hair, because you had other people that had hair schools and stuff, but just aesthetics only. Everything was kind of like just falling in my lap. And then I want to say my biggest obstacle is just recently going through a divorce. So that was the biggest obstacle, because you got to balance personal business, and then you don't want people to feel like, because that didn't do this, that this happened, that happened. So the biggest obstacle was probably that. But that's it.
Do you think that one was bigger than the nursing?
I think they were probably equally the same, because you so used to doing something, or you've been with somebody for so long, and then bam, it's gone. So one was taken away by choice, and the other one, I didn't want no more by choice.
Right.
So either way, they were very big.
Yeah.
I'd probably say they're probably equal.
Got it.
Just stripping my livelihood away, and then now my whole life has changed.
Life as you know it.
Well, not whole life, just a little bit.
But life as you know it, like,
has changed.
Yes, it's changed, and that's a big deal.
Those are the two. Yeah, nothing else.
But you know what I also like is the fact that I said this earlier when you talked about the nursing part, is that you're honest. You seem to be honest on social media and transparent. Like, hey, dog, this is what I'm going through. We moving here. I got a couple.
We're going to move past it and keep going. People think that you're lying because it's too honest. It seems like it's too real. But it's the truth.
It's the truth.
We're going to address this right here, and we're going
to move on. Because we can't.
Because we're not going to keep going.
Because kids got to eat.
Everybody got to eat.
Everybody got to eat. And I name my piece.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, dope. So what keeps you going?
My kids. My girls, like,
because they're 14 and
about to be 15 and about to be 11.
Okay, because they're the same as my babies. Yes. Mine are 12 and 14. Yes.
So you got 2 little ones looking up to you and looking to see what you do. 2 girls. So what keep me going is them. they private school tuition keep me going. Their
That'll
extracurricular
do it.
activities keep me going.
Yes.
That's what does it. But they also look at me like I'm this big superhero. And it's like I can never let them down. So the ones that keep me going are my girls and my mama. Because I'm going to forever make sure she's straight. So that's it.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. Okay, so she already gave y'all a whole bunch of truth. We can't give it to y'all all in one episode. It's just too much. It's going to bust the YouTube thing open. It's all this truth.
Oh.
Ooh. So we're going to have a part 2. So be sure to come back and look at the part 2 of all the fun stuff. Okay? All right. Bye.